welcome back or welcome if you are first time joining me. It's Story Time Saturdays with Jyoti, aka Optimistic Fairy, and today I have an amazing story for you which will rebuild your trust, will give you some strength and not some, a lot of strength, and like the magic, how magically like God can work, universe can work in your favor like magic. So the story is from 2021, 2 years back, when I made a decision, life changing decision. I'm super glad that I made it. In that moment, it didn't make any sense for me, and the decision was to move to like the place that I am in right now. City, I don't want to say it because of the safety purposes. But yeah, I live in Rishikesh, so I'm not telling the exact address, so which is okay. So I into 2021 I made a decision that I'm going to be moving to Rishikesh, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no job, I had nobody that I know here, and I was in Delhi at that time, and the only thing that I wanted and I was praying for is to stay close to Mother Earth. I love nature. I was just like, I want to be one with you, Mother Earth, and I was just saying all of those things. In March I moved here, so January, February, I remember I was just praying for that. So in March, the landlady of my apartment in Delhi, she is like, okay, now you have to vacate the house. And I was like, what do I do now? Because I was like, I don't want to go back to my home like my parents, go back to my village, because that's not a healthy environment for me to be in. I cannot grow there, I cannot expand there, I cannot creatively no, my growth wouldn't happen back at home. And I could also not like call my father or mother. I'm like, oh, she's asking me to leave, because I had this fear that what if they call me back, because if they call me back then I will die. Like for me, my entire life I was just like running to save myself, because my childhood was so fucking bad. And sorry for the cuss word, like I said the bad word, but yeah, my childhood was so much full of trauma that I just wanted to run away from the house. And I was like, if I go back there I will die. And yeah, because there is no connection back at home. It's just like people live under the same roof, but there is no connection, no actual understanding, and it's really painful, like really, really, really painful. So I was like, cool, I cannot do that. So I was just praying that God, show me the way, show me the way, show me the way. And I, without telling anybody, the vision that I was receiving was to move to Rishikesh. And this vision I was receiving from past 1 year, like entire 2020, and yeah, in the beginning of the 2021. But I was like, okay, maybe I'm thinking like too much, I should not do this. It's just like my imagination, I'm just daydreaming. But in 2021 it just happened. I just packed my bag and I like moved here. I did had the money. I just it just worked out so smoothly, like my traveling, my staying, it worked out so smoothly, and I came here. And I have got movers and packers to move my stuff from Delhi to Rishikesh. So I told the movers and packers that when I reach Rishikesh, I will finalize you the address. They were kind enough to agree with that, because they want, you know, address in advance. But I was not sure where I was going to live, so I was like, cool. They were like, cool. Whenever you reach to Rishikesh, आप हमको बता देना, like you tell us. So I was like, I will. And the day I moved Rishikesh, the very next day, like I reached here in the morning, and the next morning I lose my phone, like my iPhone. And at that time I felt like, oh my god, it's so expensive. And now what do I tell? Like, I don't even have phone now. I don't have my stuff. I don't have, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I was like, now what do I tell my family, like my parents, that do I call them from my like someone's phone, my friend's phone or something? Like there was a girl that was there that I know. She was from Delhi, but we never planned to go together. She was just there, and I also came there, and it wasn't like just there. That was God, God made it happen. So I was like, should I take her phone and like tell my family that I lost my phone, or should I take her phone and tell my family that I have moved to another place? Because no girl in my family has ever taken this bold step. It's a very bold step in my family, girl doing something without discussing it with anybody and all of that. So the that day I was so, like, I was broken because I didn't know anybody. Like, there was the girl that was there, but we are not that connected. Like, she wouldn't understand me that deeply and everything. Of course, like, because I lost my phone and I was upset, she was there sitting with me, talking to me. But like, no, I couldn't express my fears, what I was feeling in that moment, because I really felt very alone, and I felt so shocked and numb. I was like, what happened? And so after that, in the evening time, I just went and sat near to Ganga alone, and I was so numb that I couldn't even talk and speak. I was so broken emotionally in that moment. And there was a guy, like a 50-year-old man or more than that. He came and sat next to me, and he just asked my name, and I was like, Jyoti. And he is like, okay, I can drop you wherever you are going. That's how I met him now, I remember. So I was like, no, I am just going to Ganga. And he's like, I can drop you. So he dropped me to Ganga. And then I thought he left, but he didn't. He was just sitting there. And I was just in my mood. I didn't even know like what's going on. I'm just totally broken. He asked my name, what's your name? I'm like, I'm Jyoti. I didn't even say that I'm Jyoti. I was just like, Jyoti. Like, even remembering that right now, I'm like feeling those emotions in my body. I was so broken, like so broken, so alone, shocked, numb, and I was just looking at Ganga, and I was like, what? And then I was looking at people going by. I was like, that's going to be my life, like some, old beggars and all. I'm like, that's going to be my life. I really felt like that. And then he came and sat next to me, and he's like, Jyoti, you should be happy. Think positive, Jyoti. Let's sing. Sing a song. And I was so broken in that moment. I don't know. He was like literally an angel, because in that moment, if he was not there, like those 10 minutes that he spoke to me just shifted my inner state, because I was in such a paranoid and broken inner state that I could go this way. Like, I could just leave everything. I would not call anybody or take anyone's help. And I would just go to this path, leaving everything, don't know where, living on roads or something like that. But that, just like his presence, and he kept saying, even though I didn't understand, like in that moment, like why should I sing, or like, but he was just like, no, think positive. You're just saying all of those things. Sing a song, think positive. You like riding, I can teach you how to ride a scooty. And he's a complete stranger. I'm like, and I'm going through so much, and he's like, do you want to ride a scooty? He was just trying his best to uplift my mood. Maybe because he could sense it, that I'm in a very strange place right now, emotionally and mentally, that I could do anything, like anything in that moment. Oh my god. Thinking about it, that phase gives me a bit of headache. But yeah. Anyway, so he was like a God sent angel to me, who uplifted me. And after that, when he left, I was like in a very broken, like I didn't had any energy. And he left after a while, and then I had experienced sudden shift of energy. And the guidance I received was like, go to Gangaji from within me. Go to Gangaji at 4:45, 5:45 in the morning. Then I went there and things worked out. I told my parents and it worked out. Like in that moment I was so scared, but I don't know, some strength I got through Gangaji and through him in that moment. And I'm sharing this story with you right now. Because you're not alone. You're never alone. Like, never. And anytime that you need any help, help will come for you. Anytime. Because you know, and God knows. I don't know if anybody else knows, but God knows that how much you have, you know, you are persevering, how much after all the struggle that you went through, you still didn't give up. So that's a great, like, the God knows that, God sees that, and universe and God, whatever you believe in, will support you in that. So you're never ever 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 alone. Whatever help you need, it will always come for you know yeah, I feel good after sharing this story with you. And I love you. If this story was helpful for you, let me know how. And just share your beautiful stories with me in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in another video.